Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it might seem as though someone is really excited to have reclaimed her trophy in that house. And yes, you guessed right. I am definitely referring to Onyeka. I mean, guys, I was watching yesterday, just innocently watching as a viewer. And I noticed that for the most part of yesterday, if not the entirety of yesterday, Onyeka was seriously marking her territory around Ozee. Hey, God. Guys, I thought I was the only one. And then I put out a tweet about it. And a lot of people were like, oh, look at me. I thought I was the only one. I saw the same thing. I said, finally, thank God. Before our fans will come and start singing delusional lyrics in my comment section. But guys, it was so glaring. And she was making it so obvious. Ozee breathes, she breathes. Ozee, I mean, everywhere Ozee goes, she goes. Ozee moves, she moves. Ozee... And yes, I understand. They had their wager task presentation to, you know, deliberate on, right? They had conversations about it, and she was an active participant in the conversation. So I understand. But it got to the point where Ozee will go upstairs to go and use the restroom. Onyeka will follow. Like, this girl, if she could carry Ozee on her head and move around the house, I bet you she would have done it. She was right there. You turn, you see Ozee, she's there. You turn, you see Ozee, she's there. She's everywhere. And everywhere they are, it's either she's leaning on him, or she is hugging him, or she's putting his legs on her thighs. Like, sis. And ladies and gentlemen, you and I know the reason she's doing all this. You and I know that besides content, creating highlights, creating conversations, you and I know for a fact that she's doing all of this because of Victoria. Yes! You know, Onyeka's fan, you know that she's doing it because she's fully aware that the moment she gives Ozee a break for even 5 minutes, Ozee's going to move on to Victoria to go have a conversation. And Victoria was not even bothered. Victoria was not even perturbed. Girl was just doing her own thing, you know, living her own life. But Onyeka was working harder than the devil to keep Ozee under her leash. It was menu. Guys, it was a lot. A lot. At some point, I was laughing because it seemed funny. It seemed ridiculous to me. Because I'm like, girl, I hope you realize that Ozee is not the type of guy that you can put on a leash. You can't keep him on a leash. You can't keep a guy like Ozee under your thumb. Ozee is actually in control of that situationship, as a matter of fact. Yes, the guy has got his head on his shoulders, his brains are working, his senses are intact, he's not swayed by emotions, at least from what we can see and tell. So, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my goodness. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, to prove to you that for the 100th time, Ozee is very much in control of whatever is happening there, because Onyeka actually thinks she's the one in charge, but she's not. Yesterday evening, after spending literally the whole day with Onyeka and his brother, Ozee had gone to the kitchen where Victoria was microwaving her food, and the next thing he had said was, "Why are you frowning your face?" And she was like, "What?" And he said, "Oh, why are you frowning your face? Is that how your face normally is?" And Victoria, being a very, very perceptive person, a non-gullible human, she immediately clocked that, okay, this guy is trying to crawl under my skin. She just looked at him and said, "Ozee, please avoid me." And then she walked away. She walked out of the kitchen. And Ozee was there. He had this look on his face. And guys, see, I was just applauding Victoria. I was applauding that girl. Because she knew. She knew that Ozee was trying to create a narrative again. Because, ladies and gentlemen, what has Onyeka's fans been saying on the outside? That, oh, Victoria is desperate. Victoria wants to snatch Ozee from Onyeka. That Victoria wants to take what does not belong to her. That Victoria is crazy about Ozee. She's fighting for this guy. You know, it's because of Ozee that she had fought this guy. And in a way, it kind of felt like Victoria knew the ugly narrative that these people have of her. And so she's equally trying to remove herself from that situation. So the way she had quickly walked away from Ozee, guys, see, I was giving this girl accolades. I say, girl, you're smart. And then Ozee had gone back to Onyeka. And then they were having conversations all night. They were playing, they were acting this play, which is quite hilarious, in my opinion. As a matter of fact, I was richly entertained. Yeah. Listen, these are my observations, right? And I'm glad a lot of people also saw the same thing, but I don't know about you. Let me know what you saw, all right? Let me know what you saw. Let me know what you perceived from that situation, what you deduced from that situation, all right, in the comment section below. Now, quickly, moving on to last night's play acting as carried out by some of the housemates. Now, moving on to last night's play acting. As I mentioned before, I was quite entertained, yes. As a matter of fact, it was a breath of fresh air that some of these housemates decided to entertain us, you know. They decided to get out of their comfort zone, entertain us. And by comfort zone, I'm referring to them, by the way, twins who were active participants in that whole play acting thing they did, you know. They were acting out, you know, like a typical Nollywood drama where some prostitutes that have a pimp, you know, are fighting over a man, their customers, then they're insulting each other. Nelly had joined, like it was quite entertaining, it was fun. Now, Victoria and Kassia, they had been on one corner, they were just chilling, just vibing, having girls chat, and then Kelly Ray had joined them, and so the rest of the other guys were at the dining table where the whole thing was happening, and they were having so much fun. So it was so interesting and entertaining that Kassia from time to time would get up from where she was and go join them and play act as well. Now, the last time she stood up to go join them to play act, ladies and gentlemen, as much as it was all play, right, it seemed so personal to me because she and the one ex-handy sisters, they were insulting each other, you know, as per still in the spirit of the play. They were acting like prostitutes who were insulting each other over a man, body shaming each other. And it started getting really personal. As these two, that's Wani and Handy, they were insulting Kassia. Kassia too was insulting them. They were insulting her body. She too, she was insulting them. That look at your own boobs, it's flat like a bread. And this one was like, oh, look at your own boobs. She was like, oh, look at my own boobs. My boobs are standing. And then we just, guys, I was quite uncomfortable. Now, the part that really shocked me was where they told her that, oh, look at you, you are talking, that we know your secret, that your useless husband, Kelly Ray, you think we don't know? We know your gist. We know that he's your husband. We know that people... Oh. Guys. Oh my God. See, the moment those girls started saying those things, see, me, I was like, shh, don't say it anymore. Speak no more, speak no more. See, and when they were saying it was so serious. Now, I don't know if they actually meant what they were saying or if it was just part of the jokes. But they were saying it, and automatically, Ozee wanted to step in because we know that Ozee has this obsession with the double K pair. It's like it's a do or die affair for him to find out if they are in a relationship or not. So immediately wanted to pick it up, and Kassia was laughing, you know, they were saying though, like, guys, it was heated. And for me, it seemed more personal than jokes. It seemed too real. It seemed too personal. And at some point, oh my God, I was scared for Kassia because we know that Kassia can be quite emotional. At some point, I was quite scared for her so that she would not go and open her mouth and, you know, start taking things too serious and start reacting unnecessarily, because the other girls, obviously, they were having fun saying whatever they were saying. Now, I don't even know if they knew what they were saying or they were just saying it. Now, Kelly Ray, on the other hand, was where he was. And you could tell that he was kind of uncomfortable with the way Kassia was playing with these girls. But he did not want to step in because remember, he had assured her that moving forward from the last time she complained about it, he wasn't going to hold her back anymore whenever she feels like, you know, getting out of her shell and doing crazy things or confronting people in the house. So the guy just chilled where he was and was holding himself back. And then, speaking of the same Kassia, earlier yesterday, she was expressing her regrets, you know, for going to go apologize to Onyeka, because now she realized that, well, it wasn't really worth it, because at the end of the day, Onyeka ended up nominating her, you know, for eviction this week. So Kelly Ray was just exhausted because he was telling her, well, I told you, didn't I? I told you not to. I advised you. That even him, when he had saw how Onyeka was, sad that her sister had been evicted, he wanted to go talk to her. But he had to hold back, I think partially because he was kind of busy with something, but he did not go. Because in a way, he kind of had an idea where the whole thing would lead to. So if you don't want to do something, don't do it. But then don't do it and then you come and start regretting afterwards. So I was just watching Kassia last night and I'm like, this girl, you like problems for yourself. You're walking on eggshells in this house, especially with regards to your secret strategy with your husband. But then you deliberately put yourself in situations where you become a target. And then Kelly Ray will now start chasing after you to clean up your mess. I mean, guys, I just did not know if I should be upset with it but you know what, at the end of the day, she can't be too careful because it's Big Brother's house. If she's overly careful, people at the end of the day are going to label her as boring, as holding back and not being real. Yes, so last night's episode for me, that was a stretch. And I'm glad he did not go beyond that because it would have been a disaster. Yeah. But I would love to know your thoughts about all of these things I have discussed on this video. So please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Oh, look at me. I completely forgot to introduce myself. Guys, if you've watched this video up until this point, thank you so much for watching and for staying through to the end. And you're welcome and goodbye at the same time. But if at this point you haven't liked this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe as well if you are yet to subscribe. All right. And I'll see you all on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Elijah. Thanks for watching and have an amazing day. Bye.